My Pittsburgh Steelers are hosting the New York Jets on Sunday night, and I know all of you are so happy and so excited to see this Jets team play against this Steelers team, right? Probably not, okay? It's going to be low scoring. Take the under on the points, do all the things, because I don't know if we're going to see a lot of scoring. I don't know what we're going to see. All I know is I'm excited for another night game. Honestly, I don't really like it when my team plays these night games and everybody can see us, because it's almost like my worst kept secret is out on display and everybody can see how terrible it is. But honestly, this week is interesting for the Steelers. I think the Steelers and the Jets are similar teams. I think both teams have really great defenses, and then the offenses are all puttering and stuttering and doing all the bad things. And I just don't know what to think of this game. I am just going to get into this video and tell you some things that I'm thinking about and the way that I'm looking at this game and the things that I think will matter. And I will also give my opinion about this whole Justin Fields, Russell Wilson thing. I'm going to give my thoughts, and I'm just going to leave it when they are where they're at once I give my thoughts on the other side of this. As of the making of this video, I have no idea who is going to be the starter for this team. I don't know what's going to happen. Mike Tomlin is not telling us what's going to happen, so I don't know. But here's how I feel. I was on record, and I am on record, saying I want Justin Fields, I want Justin Fields, I want Justin Fields, I want Justin Fields. Before I get into anything else, I just want to say here that I want Justin Fields to be the starter of this team, because I don't think Justin Fields has done anything that will have not allowed him to be the starter of this team. I think he is our red zone offense. He's doing a lot of things with his legs, and he's making a lot of things happen. I also pride myself on being a person that will take a step back and listen to other people's opinions, listen to other people's perspectives, and then see if I still feel the same way. The one thing people are saying with Justin Fields is that he's slow to make decisions, and there have been wide open receivers that he is missing. If that is true and it is as bad as people say, I can understand why Mike Tomlin would come out and kind of give his statement. Now, I don't know if Mike Tomlin is just kind of create a competitive environment. I don't know what tone he's trying to set, because Mike Tomlin does all these kind of things in that regard. So I don't really know where to go with this. This is one of the reasons why I always say I'm a program girl, or whoever's there in the program, whoever's there in the organization, I'm going to cheer for that person. So this is one of those things where I'm going to trust Mike Tomlin to make the decision, because that's all I can do. All I can do is trust him to make the decision, and all I can do is trust his eyes and what's going on. But if you are going to ask me as a Steelers fan, I don't think we should change anything. I think we should have Justin Fields go out there, and I think we should just stick to what is working thus far. Then some of you will say, well, you're always complaining about the offense. Is it working this far? The shining point of this offense has actually been Justin Fields. So I don't think our offensive struggles are happening because of Justin Fields. Yes, we're struggling on offense, but I don't think that's because Justin Fields. Again, I could be wrong here, and he could be missing some throws, and he could be one of the reasons that we're stalling. I don't think he's every reason that we're stalling. I think this offense is bad, and I don't like the offensive play calling. And if you put Wilson back there who can't escape like Justin Fields, I'm not really sure what we're gaining here. So that is how I feel about that. I don't really have much to say. I don't know who's going to start at the making of this video. I am just going to say whoever's out there, I will be cheering for them. But if I had an opinion, my opinion would be I wish Justin Fields would go out there and start with the ones on Sunday. So having said that, let me get to the three things that I'm going to be focused on. So the first thing I'm going to be focused on is how our defense shows up against this Jets team. I said at the beginning of this, Pittsburgh and the Jets are very evenly matched. On defense, I think that Aaron Rodgers, if you can pressure Aaron Rodgers, he has shown signs this season that he will turn the ball over. He will take sacks. He will make mistakes. He will do all those things. I quite frankly don't like Aaron Rodgers' body language. I feel like, whatever, I'm not even going to make this about Aaron Rodgers, but I feel like there's a lot of things that are going on with Aaron Rodgers that I think the Steelers can take advantage of. So the first thing that I'm going to be looking at is, can we pressure Aaron Rodgers, and can we make him extremely uncomfortable? I actually like the fact that they have Adams and that they're going to force Adams into playing this week, mainly because they haven't played together in a while. And so I don't know how long it's going to take them to get their rhythm back, but I do know for a fact that Aaron Rodgers is going to try to force feed Devontae Adams the ball, and I'm just hoping that there are some mistakes in there. So the first thing I'm going to be paying attention to is this defense and what this defense looks like. Are we able to get there and apply pressure? Are we able to make Aaron Rodgers uncomfortable? Let me just say that. The second thing I'm going to be looking at this game is, can our offense run the ball? I don't like the H-back tosses. I hope we don't have a single pitch in this game, but there's nothing I can do about that. But I am very curious to see, can this Steelers team run the ball against the Jets defense? I think if we're able to run the ball, just like I always say in all my football videos, when you're able to run the ball, it opens up your offense. So I'm going to be curious to see, do the Steelers attempt to run the ball enough? What do we look like running the ball? How does it work? What does it look like? And then if we do that, does it open up our offense? So I'm curious to see, can the Steelers run the ball against this Jets defense? I don't know the answer to that, but that's something I'm going to be paying attention to. The final thing I'm going to be paying attention to, it should come as no surprise when I started the video talking about who's going to play quarterback, is this offense. What is this offense going to look like? If Justin Fields goes back out there, are we going to allow him to throw the ball down the field? Are we going to open up the playbook? What are we going to do with that? Or if Wilson is out there, what does that offense look like? Are we going to open up our playbook when Wilson is out there as opposed to Justin Fields? Like, what are we actually going to be doing here? What is it going to look like? What's going to be our identity? And I'm just curious to see what this offense looks like. So obviously, I make a video and I'm like, oh, it matters about the offense. It matters about the defense, like obviously. But there's certain things I'm going to be looking forward to see how we actually look and how we perform. We are the home team. So technically, we should go out there and we should take care of business. We're going to have the crowd behind us, all those things. But I honestly don't know what is going to happen or what team is going to show up this week, because like I said before, we're very similar. We are very similar. We have great defenses and both of us are struggling on offense. So this is just going to be about who is going to be able to score points and who is going to be able to execute better than the other team. This is one of those games for me that's hard to pick. When this game first, obviously when this game first started, that's not the right thing. Let me pause that. Let me fix this. What usually happens is I always just like to look and see who's favored. I like to see like what people are thinking and how they're feeling. So at first the Steelers were favored by 1.5, which makes sense. They're at home, whatever. Then when the Jets get Davante Adams, the Steelers are no longer favored. They're now the Jets are favored by 1.5. So if I'm interpreting this correctly, they're telling us that Davante Adams is a point swing, he's going to be able to move the needle that much. And if that is true, I will go back to the thing that I said in this video. I'm very fascinated to see how Aaron Rodgers and Adams connect, because it's going to be interesting to see what happens. It's also funny that all of a sudden Davante Adams, his hamstring is perfect. Isn't that funny? You go from having a hamstring injury to now all of a sudden you look good, you feel good and all those things. But you know what? I'll just leave that where that's at. So if I had to pick a winner, I'm a Steelers fan and we're at home. And I would like to think that this offense has some things going. We scored 32 points and we're moving the ball. And yes, the Raiders defense is not the Jets defense, but hopefully being at home, making a couple of things make a little bit more sense, feeling comfortable and feeling like we're on an upward trajectory, I'm going to pick the Steelers to win this game. The one thing I saw when I said this before, I think, is I just don't like Aaron Rodgers' body language that much. Aaron Rodgers just looks like he's just kind of out there. He's just a guy. He's kind of doing it. He's almost too cool for school. I don't know. I just don't like any guy. I'm going to be honest. Any guy that is one of the reasons why their coach loses their job, I don't really love that. Like, that's not really cool to me. So I am going to go with my Steelers for this game. I'm going to lean into my fandom. I do think we slightly have an edge over them just because our guys have been playing with us longer and because we're at home. So that's leading to my pick. And also, I just can't pick Aaron Rodgers. Something about him this year is just rubbing me the wrong way. And honestly, he's always been this person. I just think he's more arrogant and more blah being with the Jets. So I will just leave that where it's at. So let me know your thoughts and opinions if you have any thoughts about this. And at the end of the day, I hope the Steelers in this 5-2. I hope I can come back and share all the great things that our offense did because we scored 35 points. And who knows, maybe this game I won't be so excited if we score a touchdown. I will feel like it's normal when we score a touchdown. But anyways, let's just see what happens. My pick is for the Steelers. I hope they take care of business. I hope they make me proud. But as always, here we go.